I'm so nervous.
All right, so today we're going to go over running gels. Now, we could not decide on our top 10, so we decided to do 11. This is Lauren, my wife. She is also a runner.
Yes, and 11 is my favorite number, so it works.
The thing about running gels is that they are not created equal. They have different nutritional values to them. They have completely different consistencies. And ultimately, you do have to test a few out during your long runs or your long bike rides to see what works with your system and what doesn't. Typically, for a marathon, you're going to be averaging anywhere from 50 to 60 grams of carbohydrates needed per hour. You also want to have at least 500, if not to 1,000 milligrams of sodium per hour. Now, this is going to be based on how much you're sweating during those events, and ultimately, if it's a cloudy day and you're not sweating a ton, you will need less milligrams of sodium. Lastly, calories are going to be a huge thing. Most gels are only going to average about 100 to 200 calories, but you are going to lose anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories per hour, depending on your body weight, your pace, weather, etc. Very personal, yeah. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to rate these gels on flavor, texture, or consistency, the nutritional values, specifically calories, carbohydrates, as well as sodium. All right, so based on the scoring, I get 30 points to give to a gel, Lauren gets 30 points to give to a gel, so ultimately a gel that is absolutely perfect could get 60 points. Unlikely that's going to happen today, but it'll be really interesting to see which ones we enjoy the most. This is as blind as we can make it, and so we're going to start off with the first one. Okay. All right, cheers. First reaction, my entire mouth is coated.
And the spoon.
Yep, the spoon is still coated, so this texture definitely, maybe not for everyone, definitely not for me. Texture, mainly I'm going to give it, honestly, a 5 out of 10. Mainly because most gels do have this texture. I just don't really prefer this type of texture because after 2 hours of running, I am not going to want to have my mouth coated. It's going to take a lot of water to get this done.
I don't mind the texture. It's like a smoother than honey kind of texture. I would give it a 7. So for me, flavor, I like citrus. It's refreshing on a run. I think also a 7 for flavor.
I'll give it a 7 for flavor.
And then what's our last one?
Nutrition. 100 calories. Most gels have 100 calories, and here's the reality is that you want to have about one gel every 45 minutes in your endurance training, at least that's what the package will tell you. And ultimately, that's not going to be enough to replenish what you need. So you are definitely going to want to have some sort of endurance drink or supplement electrolyte drink. So I'll go ahead and link some in the description of what I enjoy, mainly Bare Performance Nutrition, but there are plenty of brands out there you could choose from. So gels are not going to be the only thing you need for race day. I just want to be clear with that.
And you replenish afterwards as well.
Exactly. So 100 calories, I think pretty basic. Most of them will have at least that, but 21 grams of carbs, pretty good for a running gel. And actually 190 milligrams of sodium, and a lot of these don't have a lot of sodium, so based on that, for
that one's
me,
the highest, second highest.
Yeah, I mean, based on that, for me, I would probably honestly give it a 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. It didn't taste salty, which I like, but it does give you that sodium.
Yeah, cheers.
This is definitely one of the Chia ones. It's viscous.
Well, the cat's out of the bag, I'll show it on the screen here. Yeah, this is does not coat your mouth nearly as much. I really like how it just kind of goes down. How is a better way to put that? I don't know. But yeah, I think, what are we going to start with? Texture again?
Yeah.
Alright, texture. I enjoy this texture. This is not going to coat my mouth during a run, and I think that I probably could get an entire gel down within like either, one gulp or two. So I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7. I like it the same as the last one. It definitely doesn't coat your mouth as much, but it has that chia goopiness.
Flavor, what are you giving it?
I don't love it. It's not bad. It's not offensive. I would say a 5.
Oh wow, I like banana, so I'm going to give it a 7.
You think it's banana?
I think it might be banana.
Nutrition. So it's 100 calories, 21 grams of carbs, 240 milligrams of sodium, which is the highest for our range. An 8.
Yeah.
It didn't taste salty.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Next one. Look at that. Does not come off the spoon. That's interesting.
Need some water with this one.
Cheers.
Oh, it's like fruity chocolate syrup.
I would put this on ice cream and I'd be really, really happy. But I think one thing I will say is that it's very chocolatey, and you would expect this type of texture with chocolate. That being said, going back to, an hour and a half, 2 hours into a run, I'm not going to want to have this coating my mouth. That's just a personal thing for me, but it is chocolate. So based off that texture, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not offensive, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm between a 5 and a 6. I think I might do a 5.5 because I don't hate the texture, but I don't want that in the middle of a run. It's
You're
kind
gonna
of
give
like
it a half point to something?
mhm.
We're gonna make it that complicated. Alright, great. 5.5, great.
It's like Hershey syrup. Like you're not gonna want that.
Alright. Hershey syrup. I'm from Pennsylvania, so that I do take that as offense.
Flavor for me is going to be a 6. I really like chocolate, but not when I'm running.
Wow, I'm gonna give it a 7. I actually like the fruity tones to it.
Okay, 110 calories, 23 grams of carbs, 60 milligrams of sodium.
I'm gonna give that
I'm giving it a 5.
wow. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Actually, good amount of carbs though. I'm gonna give it 7. 23 grams of carbs, not bad.
Oh, this is baby food like.
This is very baby food like. Texture, it's like applesauce,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which I like. We'll talk about flavor in a second because it doesn't just taste like apples, which I kind of like. I don't know. I think texture-wise, I can see myself really enjoying this on a long run or even a short run. Like it's not gonna coat my mouth. I could take one swig of water and all the texture will be gone. So based off that, I mean, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Texture?
I'm giving it a 7. I agree with you. It doesn't like linger. It's kind of, this is speaking to the flavor too, but texture, it doesn't stay in your mouth for too long. It's like having one of those
Some lemon in
go
there.
squeeze packs. Yeah, there's definitely lemon.
Definitely lemon.
And cinnamon, I think.
My mouth is like quenching. Like I want more. It's really nice quenching. Is that right? It's not right. It's not right.
It's beautiful.
All right. Anyways, okay. So flavor.
I give it an 8.
Wow.
I like the refreshing, fruity, citrusy stuff on a run. I'm a chocolate person, but I like refreshing
Okay.
when I'm running and hot.
That's fair. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Okay, nutrition. 180 calories, 45 grams of carbs, 85 milligrams of sodium. Wow, that's quite a few more calories, quite a few more carbs, more than double the other ones for carbs, in 8.5.
Oh dear. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do 8.5 as well. That way we can make it a whole number at least. And yeah, I think the carbs on this is phenomenal. So this could be really great in addition to any sort of electrolyte drink that you might be having. This one
looks like
looks
really
like
light
lemon
honey.
curd.
Oh, or lemon curd.
Yeah.
It's quite
It
sticky.
smells like icing.
Oh, this is definitely
Oh,
a
no.
birthday cake one.
This is definitely birthday cake.
Okay. This is like when you go to the dentist and you get to pick a flavor for them to clean your teeth, and you're tempted to maybe say bubble gum, but it's a bad choice. You should always do mint. That's what this is to me. Birthday cake, like in the middle of a run, just feels wrong.
Yeah, texture, it's coating my mouth even more than the first one. I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 10.
I gave it a 2.
Not a fan at all.
I gave it a 2. It's quite slimy.
It is very slimy. And you would think like,
sticky.
of course we know what these are, birthday cake. I like birthday cake flavored things when it's somewhat natural, but like this is straight up like not natural at all.
I thought it would have sprinkles in it.
Oh, that would be cool, yeah. But it doesn't.
for me-
And also, you would think birthday cake to be white. This is like yellow translucent.
It's just icky.
Opaque? I don't know.
For me, flavor is going to be a 2. Like, I'm sure there are more offensive things you could eat during a run, but it's pretty down there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna give it 2 as well. Not great.
Okay, nutrition. Maybe it'll win back some points. 100 calories, 22 grams of carbs, 60? Is that a 60?
60.
Milligrams of salt. It's just average, I would say. It's kind of the same as whatever this one was, so I'm going to give it a 5 as well.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I'll stick with 7, yeah. Nutrition's fine, but texture and flavor is not helping this case. Alright, next up.
100% a nut butter.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, just.
Right off the bat, it just tastes like kind of a sweet, looser nut butter. A little bit salty though, which I like.
Salty at the end, but like, it felt like it was like a little sugary in the forward.
Yeah, it's like sweet salty.
Very salty.
Kind of like I don't know, I like sweet salty.
It definitely, like, maybe the package needed to be, like, massaged more, but it's, like, somewhat oily. Which I'm not a fan of.
I actually like this. It's not like the kind of nut butter that, I don't know if we have another nut butter one, but like sometimes nut butter will like stick your mouth together when you're running. And you need quite a bit of water, which I like nut butter because it gives you a lot of calories and energy, but this was pretty easy to swallow.
I hit record, right?
I have no idea.
We'll find out later.
For me, texture, I would give this an 8. I'm very pleased with like this nut butter texture.
Yeah, but like on a long run, you'd be like down for this?
I'd go through a jar of almond butter a day.
I'm gonna give it a 4. Not a fan. I really like nut butters. I don't love nut butters when I'm running, but if I wasn't having nut butter, I don't know if this will be it, honestly. I think it's like a little too oily, and it's also, there's more texture to chew, and you don't want to chew when you're like exhausted. Like that's one of the downfalls with some gels is they don't go down quick enough, which I think what's gonna know how to say that in a sexier way, but yeah, I wouldn't want to chew this.
The only thing I'm kind of chewing is like there's little pieces of salt,
Salt.
which I'm enjoying. I like this. So
sure.
for me, flavor
Flavor's good.
is I'm between 8 and 9, so maybe I'm
Wow.
at an 8.5.
Shocking.
I like nutty things. I like that's probably
that's
almond.
why she married me. Flavor? Do I have any more? I think no, I don't want the spit pile. I'm gonna give it a 7. I think it's fine. I do actually like the salt in the background. That's really nice. But I do think I'm gonna be like overly thirsty after I have one of these.
I don't disagree. I just love it. I love the flavor.
Nutrition: 200 calories, 7 grams of carbs, and 150 milligrams of sodium.
So,
This is the lowest in carbs, I think, in the entire range.
and maybe the highest in calories?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, not surprising.
Highest in calories, lowest in carbs, 150, so higher for sodium. I give it a 7.5 because that's a
Wow.
decent amount of calories you're replenishing. I think you would have to.
I'd almost argue that carbs are more important than calories in an endurance
What was
event.
the stat you said earlier? With
50 to 60 grams of carbs per hour. And remember, you're not, unless you have somebody like on the sidelines giving you a specific carbohydrate beverage, right? So like D1M Sport that I use for BPN, really love that. I think it's like 45 grams of carbohydrates per serving, which is amazing. But you're not gonna get that like on race day unless someone's handing it to you. So you're normally gonna get gels, probably like a noon electrolytes and water. Your gels really need to have enough carbs in. So based off that, I'm gonna give it a 3. I don't think it's.
Ooh.
I don't think it's a great endurance gel. Awesome for
see
camping
what
or
you're
hiking.
saying, but I'm quite pleased with the calories and the sodium, so I'm giving it a 5.
Okay.
I think it can hold its own. It just you need to have like a banana or some other form of carbs with it.
This one is texture is completely different. It kind of looks like jam.
Yes, it does look like jam, like the middle of a fig Newton.
No, like it has like I could hold it. That's weird.
Oh, this is definitely one of my weird ones,
This is
right?
one of your weird ones. Cheers.
Okay, so this is. I think there's chia in here, and
Mhm.
you have to chew this, but it doesn't linger or coat your mouth. It's like eating the middle of a fig Newton.
Texture, yeah, you're definitely chewing this. I do think that the texture is not offensive. I wouldn't be the biggest fan of this. It wasn't my first pick, but I wouldn't be upset if it's the only thing I had. So I'll give it a 6.
I'm deciding. I like it doesn't coat your mouth, but you do have to chew a bit. So I think I'm at a 6 as well.
Oh, we agree on something. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flavor for me, it's not my favorite flavor. I think if this is the brand I'm thinking of, I like some of their other flavors. This feels like ground up dried fruit. It's kind of basic. 6.5.
6.5 flavor.
Yeah.
I like, this is similar to the applesaucey one where like my mouth is really quenched. Like, I'm going to keep using that term. It's
Do
probably
you mean
correct.
parched? Like, or what are you trying to say?
Like I'm puckering up. I'm like wet inside. I probably won't cut that. But yeah, I'm thirsty, right? Like I'm glad I have water, which is like nice. It's like very like it kind of gets the palate going a bit. But yeah, I mean flavor. I think it's a solid 7. I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Nutrition?
It's pretty basic to the
You
other
read it
ones. 100 calories, 23 grams of carbs, and 100 milligrams of sodium. So solid amount of sodium compared to some of them, which I appreciate. And you know anything over 20 grams of carbs, I would give it maybe let's give it a 7 for myself.
Agree. 7. That one looks
Alright.
like chocolate.
4 more because we could not decide on 10. So you're gonna get 11. It's like a bonus. There you go. Mm-hmm.
It's so Hershey's chocolate sauce.
Yeah, but it's not as like this one's like more puree,
Yeah.
where the other one was like truly a gel. That one with that had the texture of chocolate sauce. Like this has like almost the texture of like jelly, but it's chocolate.
This is more chia viscous. The other one is more chocolate saucy sticky.
Yeah, so this tastes like chocolate, but the texture doesn't feel like chocolate.
Yeah, I like that it, again, doesn't linger in your mouth, whereas some of the stickier ones do. Texture is a 7.
Oh wow, 4. Not a fan. Flavor, the flavor's fine, but I kind of like flavor and texture kind of have to like complement one another, and they just don't. So 3.
I'm giving it a 5 for flavor. Again, like, it's fine. I would eat it,
Yeah.
but I don't really want chocolate on a run.
I like how we progressively have gotten more critical.
It's just we're sick
yeah.
of the gels. Nutrition.
Nutrition, same thing. 100 calories, 25 grams of carbs, 110 milligrams of sodium.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah, good amount of carbs, which I appreciate. Yeah, so 7 mine too.
Ooh, that one's clear.
This one's clear.
Oh, I hope there's a flavor.
This one's very
This
fun
looks like
looking.
it's from like Xenon,
This-
the 21st century.
This looks like, you know, if a jelly was made in a factory and they forgot to put color in it or anything other than like sugar, that's what this looks like. Interesting.
Okay, so I put texture 1 because this is just
Wow,
like
he's
eating
already
it.
done. That's. Are you?
Do you want the rest?
No. I will. Well, I'll give it a few additional points though, because texture, yes, you might need to chew it, but if you wanted to swallow this whole thing, it will go down your throat very quickly. It's almost like watery.
It's like sweet
Water.
jelly water.
Sweet jelly water.
Really sweet.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2 because it tastes like sugar water in a gel form, which I need some more.
Yeah.
Range.
Texture, disappointed. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay, flavor.
I'd almost like I appreciate that like I'm just consuming like something that's supposed to like help my body move forward, and I don't have to think about like what I'm eating. So I'm gonna give it a few different extra points for that. 5. It's pretty good. 100 calories, 25 grams of carbs, and 20 milligrams of sodium. Actually, no really sodium at all, but
Sodium's low.
yeah. But the reality is that like you're not gonna get enough sodium with your gels anyways. I think carbs is really important, but yes, they should have more sodium in this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
6.
I don't know, that's really low for sodium. 4.
This one looks like honey.
This does look like straight honey.
It does, yeah. Cheers.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Kiwi, apple, maybe something watermelon.
Artificial.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Fake.
The texture, honey, for sure. Yeah, this is like coating my teeth, and I can't get it off my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Not a
It's a
fan.
little slimy. I'm giving it a 6 because it does, after a few seconds, dissolves, but it's a little,
3.
yeah, okay. Flavor for me is a 1. I would rather have the sugar water
Whoa.
or the birthday cake.
That's
I hate
wild.
fake fruit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. That's very rude. What about nutrition? 100 calories, 24 carbs, and 50 milligrams of sodium.
I'm giving it a 5 because the last one, it has a smidge more sodium than the last one.
Yeah, 5 is fine. Yeah, 5 for me too. The last one,
It's really nice when they're in the gel packets because you can't see this.
it's like
It smells
clay.
like fruit.
What?
It smells like fruit.
Oh.
It tastes like baby food. Oh,
tastes like crayons. Tastes like
oh, it
think
comes
about
around.
when you were like 4 or 5.
Is this expired?
When you were eating crayons.
I've never ate crayons. Flavor is a. Can we do negative?
No. You could do 0. Texture though, is fine.
It's hard to think of a texture without that flavor.
Yeah, that's hard. I'm sorry about the texture. Maybe this is too low. I'm just gonna give it a 2 because I can't get past the flavor.
Texture, I think texture, I'm really trying to be fair here, is probably a 4. I think texture, if it had a good flavor, that texture would be fine for me.
Yeah, the flavor's 0 for me. This is not good.
I also gave the flavor a 0, and then nutrition, it better make up for something.
90 calories, 20 grams of carbs, and 160 milligrams of sodium. It is, out of everything, the lowest in calories. I mean, not by much, but it is.
Decent sodium.
Sodium is good, yeah. The salt definitely doesn't mask whatever else is in that packet, but I don't know, 6? No, 5. No.
20 carbs, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5 as well.
Should we tally it up? The verdicts. Yeah. Alright, well, we're done with that. We'll freeze this. We don't want to waste anything. We'll eat this throughout the week. That's that.